Jan Ozer here, winding down at Mile High. I'm with Akamai's Will Law, the man we all know. Will, thanks for joining me.
It's my pleasure. Good to see you here again.
So what did Akamai show at Mile High?
So we're showing, obviously, our media delivery. Everybody knows about that. We're still delivering terabytes of data and doing it from 4,000 locations around the world. But now we have our compute surface, and I think it's integral. All the talks you see here, there's some notion of an edge server in many cases, or an origin, and now we have the ability to provide that and to match it with our delivery network. So we're finding a very big uptake in terms of media applications for our compute surface.
So what does that do for me as a media company? What do I want to do with, I know I want to deliver from the edge, but what compute do I want to perform at the edge if I'm...
You want compute that's running very close to your edge users, so by being highly distributed, we bring you that. You also want compute that's affordable, so the egress fees on Akamai are zero if you go to Akamai, and if you go to any other CDN, they're about a third of some of our competitors. And the egress costs are in many cases for media applications the dominant component of your cloud costs. And then the third part is excellent networking. We have our delivery network. We're embedded deep inside ASs around the world, and our compute is connected with our fiber to our delivery network. So especially for media applications with high egress rates, we're a very good fit in terms of economics and in terms of performance.
Okay, so what papers have you presented this week?
So I gave two talks. The first was on Common Media Client Data version 2, advances in media analytics. It's really talking about the new features we're developing in the CMCD standard. So it's a standard that's been out for 2 years, but we're adding new reporting modes. And I was actually thrilled. I delivered it the first session of the conference, and then there's been multiple talks over the conference, all referencing CMCD, and in fact, perfect applications for some of these new event modes that we're delivering. So I'm quite excited about some of the advances. I think they're going to open up new avenues. That was the first talk. The second talk I'm also excited about. It's fetch in mock. So mock, many people think about it as a real-time format only, but there's many use cases where we want to fetch objects in the past behind the playhead, which is live sports. We want to build some type of buffer before we start, and also VOD applications. So I spoke about what the API looks like, the reasons for the API, and some of the advantages we can have in delivering media in that way. Not the least of which is the economics, but more importantly, a lot of features and performance too.
So is media over QUIC here, or is it coming, or where?
It's coming. Everyone wants it to be here already, but it's being built by the IETF. It's designed for the long term. We want it to run for the next 20 years. So it's the features are being debated, but Draft 8, I think, is just coming out, and we're having an interim meeting this next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to advance it. So it's very active. There's a lot of work and a lot of interest, I think.
So a couple more questions. I know you've got a talk to give in just a short while. How much interest are you seeing in VVC?
Little, to be honest. Certainly on the CDN side, everyone's practical. AVC is still the dominant codec we deliver, and that's true for all CDNs, not just Akamai. I'm seeing an uptake in HEVC, especially for 4K content now. And VVC, very, very little. More AV1 would be the third one in the mix. As a CDN, we're agnostic. We see MP4 containers, we don't know what's codecs inside. A lot of people ask me for stats. Surely you know who's playing what. We don't. We would have to customer data and parse their objects and try to figure out the codecs they're using, and it's a privacy problem, and B, it's too computationally expensive to do that.
So how many years have you been coming to Mile High?
I've been at everyone since that 2016 one in 30 Rock. I was sitting right in front of Alex in the room, so I've come here while it was a small event, while it's grown, and then with the blending with ACM. So
what does it bring that bigger shows can't deliver?
So it brings engineers and implementers. There's less of the marketing and the marketing presentations, which I like. There's other venues for that. It's more NAB, perhaps IBC. But it brings a solid base of engineering, and also, what I get excited about, it brings the research from academia. Labs that have the luxury, in my mind, of focusing on this one problem of optimizing QUIC. And in the commercial world, we have so little, it's so hard to get time to do that. So I'm excited. It inspires me that there is new stuff coming, and there are optimizations, and it's not just always economics. We can get these new features in there. So yeah, I find it uplifting, if not tiring, for 3 days of this. You being uplifted for 3 days, you get a bit tired.
Listen, thanks for taking the time. I know you got your talk, and good luck with it.
You're most welcome. See you at the next one.